I'm Cindy Bertram. Thanks for joining me today on Extraordinary Not Ordinary. Despite the challenges that coronavirus has created over the past almost 2 years, it's important to focus on positives because there are positives still taking place. And focusing on these, whether it's maybe achieving something, moving forward, success, helping another person, but these are also so important to focus on too. And today, my Extraordinary Not Ordinary, I want to share a positive success a wonderful person has also achieved himself too. Who? Adolfo Perez, who's Senior Vice President of Global Sales and Trade Marketing for Carnival Cruise Line. Adolfo just celebrated his 40th anniversary working at Carnival Cruise Line on January 2nd, 2022. Yes, 40 years. He has truly an amazing story. Adolfo actually started working his career at Carnival Cruise Line while he was a junior in high school. Yes, high school. His role, he worked weekends at the port as an embarkation agent. Adolfo mentioned he would actually check guests in when they arrived, and this, of course, included the paper documents, manifests from paper boarding passes, etc. Then Adolfo actually started working reservations, and he worked his way up. By 1991, he actually was running the call center and did that until 2011. Carnival actually opened up an office in London, so Adolfo decided to take this opportunity, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him. He lived in London for 2 years. Then he came back to the United States and started working in marketing. Then he got his position as Senior Vice President of Global Sales and Trade Marketing in 2015, which he continues to have today. Adolfo mentions that when he started Carnival Cruise Line, it was a family business. And he always felt like he was part of that family. He mentions that Ted Arison, the founder, was very much involved, and that Mickey Arison, Ted's son, was also at the pier every weekend to make sure the ship got out on time. Mickey actually moved up then and became chairman of the Carnival Corporation, which a role he continues to have today. And Adolfo says, even as we have become the largest cruise corporation, it still feels like family. Responsible for Carnival's domestic and international business teams, Adolfo really became an advocate of travel agents, travel advisors. In 2017, he did the Agent Palooza bus tour, where he and his team actually visited 6 different cities across the country. They celebrated with music, food, fun, and carnival giveaways. They also collected canned goods for the local food banks to each of these cities as well. Adolfo also got a tattoo which said, "Travel Agents Rock." Adolfo mentions that he started doing first consumer-facing event called Why Use a Travel Advisor. But then in 2020, they had plans to do 100 of these different events, but unfortunately the pandemic kicked in. Adolfo mentions that thinking back to 9/11, it was devastating, but he said, we got through it. We worked really hard to come back strong. And during the pandemic, he said, a couple things really were amazing. Number one was the perseverance and the tenacity of our travel partners. We started from Adolfo's desk live to stay in touch with these people, our advisors, to make sure they kept cruises in front of them, but also in front of their clients too. Adolfo then mentions that what really impresses him so much is how the industry works together. He said, yes, we compete obviously, but one thing about we don't compete on is safety and health issues too. It was so refreshing to see how well cruise lines work together to make the restart possible. Adolfo's story truly is inspirational as he celebrates recently his 40th anniversary working Carnival Cruise Line. Congratulations, Adolfo. Thanks for being such an extraordinary person, working so hard in everything you do. Sharing these kinds of stories to inspire people, what I share every week, I'm Extraordinary Not Ordinary. So thanks for joining me. Until next week, this is Cindy Bertram from Extraordinary Not Ordinary. Thank you.